Evening all, my name's Moose Cooper. This is the Thors Podcast, episode 13, Crutches for Goalposts. Welcome all of you, your beautiful faces to the show. We're going to have the usual fun here with less people than usual, but still, the fun's going to be there and we're going to be having a good time. Now, before we get started, I would like to applaud all of you to please share and like and tag and everything, so we can get more people involved and the show can just plainly just be more fun. Now, without further ado, ladies and gentle germs, Mr. Alex Widley.
See, hi. This is the bullshit thing about this show today, right? This is the only time I get actually brought in first, and there's nobody else here. Do you know what I mean? It's an absolute tragedy what's going on with this show.
Hey, I'll leave the best to last.
The best and the worst to last. Hey, how's it going?
Hi.
You all right?
Yeah, all good. All good. How's you? How's
so,
your leg?
My leg is, Ryan says, sup fuckers again. So if you're going to join the show just now, we did do a pre-show show where we just like...
Just a little rudely, behind the scenes.
Yeah, just nod at each other.
Yeah. Like the crackling
my foot is fine. I am walking without a crutch, but I think I'm kind of being a bit of a martyr. I want to drive by the weekend, so I'm kind of pushing myself, getting stronger, so I'm walking and concentrating on walking in a straight line rather than hobbling and stuff.
Launching yourself off curbs and shit.
It's not as bad. It's not that bad. Fuck it. I'll be fine. But I want to drive by the weekend. And so I've got a doctor's appointment tomorrow, and hopefully he says, all right, Whiteley, you can drive safely without murdering people on your way.
Huzzah!
So, yeah. So yeah, there's that. There's also the fact that we have got so much has happened in the last week since we met. Like,
it has been a mad week. Just full world, just what the fuck.
Absolutely. So we have to start off, I think, with Taylor Hawkins.
Have to. Yeah.
The stuff that went on the Oscars can wait. Obviously, Taylor Hawkins, the drummer from Foo Fighters, passed away in the weekend. Foo Fighters have had to scrap their tour, which I had tickets to go to. So I'm upset with that. But obviously, we can't really help that. So
no. I was thinking about it. Yeah, a friend of mine had tickets to go as well, and she was like, she couldn't wait. Like, Foo Fighters were like the last one on the list, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even think of that.
It's sad, because like we're getting to the stage now, Moose, me and you, and everybody else watching. But we're like these are the bands that raised us.
Yeah.
Foo Fighters, what, 95, 96? Like that
sounds like, about right.
That's like when we're kids. That is what we're hearing properly for the first time and acknowledging for the first. And I did get raised by Foo Fighters, and I love them to pieces. Really do genuinely adore them. So I'm really I listen to Home, because I put the radio show. I do Naughty Talk every week, so I was putting that together, trying to find some cool. Sorry about that. Some cool Foo Fighters tracks to put in there, and I listened to Home, and I was like, "Fuck!" It just destroyed me. I was sat there, me and my wife. We sit at the dining room table. She's actually doing a job. I'm doing like podcasty fucking radio shit, and I just burst out crying. She's like, "Ooh, what? Are you okay?" She's like, "What do I do?" And I was kind of like, "This." Bring Taylor Hawkins, but it's weird, right? There's only like half a dozen celebrities that have made me cry when they've died. Have you had any celebrities that died?
Nothing that's like crushed me or anything like that. I said it to Alex when we met over the weekend that Taylor's dying is the closest I've felt sadness for a celebrity passing away, because it pisses me off to no end the amount of time a celebrity will die and all of these secret fans come crawling out of the woodwork and like, oh my god, fuck off. No, you didn't care. But yeah, Taylor Hawkins passing away is one of those ones where it's like, oh man, that fucking sucks. That's just not cool.
For me, it's
just think like he'll never get. Yeah, Chester passing away is definitely one of them. That was, I completely forgot about that. But like Taylor won't even see the release of his own fucking film.
Studio
Like,
666, yeah.
Yeah, like he never got to see one of the biggest things he did flipping come to light, and it's shit like that's just aggravating.
It's horrible. It is aggravating. Robin Williams was bad. Alan Rickman, that's terrible. I remember when Kevin Smith had his heart attack. I was like, "Fuck no!" Like that would fucking like when he had his heart attack. I thought, no, not fucking Kevin Smith too. Luckily, he's okay. Touch wood. But yeah, me and Moose did meet up at the weekend. Was it Friday? Saturday. Yeah. My days have just mingled since I haven't been at work this week, so it's kind of like a week off, like a holidays.
Just been one big day.
We went to the Crown in Coleham in Shrewsbury, which is a great place if you ever that way and you want to go for a few drinks by the river. The Crown in Coleham is a great shot. They got a great outdoor area, and we met up with the Morris. I did just upload a picture, but I don't know if I'm going to share it actually because I haven't got permission from the parents. But we met up with Jane Pickworth, who's a good friend of ours, a voice acting peer for both of us. Husband Tony, the Morris family. Now the Morris family are very interesting because they've sold up the house, already sold it up, and they're going to live in a boat in the Mediterranean. Now imagine like this is how I'm looking at it right now. So you've got a 4-bedroom house, I don't know, and it's worth upwards of £500,000 more maybe, and you sell that bad boy and you buy a boat. Even if you buy a boat for 100,000, which is quite expensive, I imagine, for a yacht. I don't know how much they go for, but you've still got 400 grand to play with. You could live off that for a year whilst you situate yourself. It's such an exciting thing. There's 2 adults, 3 kids, 2 dogs, and they're all going to go live on a boat in the Mediterranean. That's an amazing.
Dan over on Facebook, throwing in a are we slagging off America?
Absolutely.
We will. Give it time.
Look at that. For people that don't usually join the show, this is called USUC. This is part of the USUC network, which is look right here. Well, that's pre-suck. That's USUC. Right there it is. There's usually Americans with us today, but George is doing stuff with work, and David's working too, so they can't join us.
Yep.
I also messaged
Brits.
I messaged Tom Bruno as well. I was like, "Yo, there's nobody," and he was like, "I'm working, bro." And I was like, "Oh yeah, you people in America, it's like it's like late in the morning, early in the afternoon there. So you guys are actually doing stuff." So
yeah,
there's people like Ryan and Bruce that are watching right now. Don't really do shit during the day. They're watching us and join us. So yes, America, you got to come today.
Hell
right,
yeah.
We have lots of stories to go through. Obviously, Taylor passing away was our first thing. Really got in.
Yeah,
really just heart wrenching. So yeah, cried about that today. Genuinely cried about it. Now the next one, obviously, is the Oscars.
The slap heard around the world.
Around the world. Did you see it? Did you watch the video?
I've seen it many times. The theory junkies have already taken control, saying that he was wearing a fake cheek. Oh,
fake cheek. Okay.
Yeah. There seems to be a line that goes all the way down the side of his face that like seems to be cushioned. I don't believe it. I think it was just got his ass handed to him.
I think it was one of those things, you know, when you're in school and you're like, yo, come up to me and pretend that we're arguing, yeah? Let's do that. And everybody would be really shocked. I mean, I've done that before as a kid. Just pretend that we're falling out. I did it when I was in the Army Cadets when I was a kid. I was like, dude, look, I know you're a good lad. I know you've done nothing wrong, but I'm going to bollock you in front of these kids in a minute, right? It's not real, but I want to shock people. Like, I will even shout at my mate. And so I was like, what the hell's going on here? I really tore him in your asshole and winked on it. But we've done all stuff like that. I think it was kind of half staged where maybe Chris has gone, I'm going to say some shit about your wife, all right? You're going to do this thing, and everyone's going to talk about us. And then the Oscars has gone, more people are watching, they'll talk about the Oscars let's do that shit.
Yeah, but it doesn't make sense. Seems that only a couple of years ago, Will Smith was going on about the fact how more black people aren't winning Oscars. So what's he go up? He goes up and pretty much gets his Oscar for Best Actor taken away from him for assaulting a host. It doesn't add up.
Ryan says, I I got in one little fight and my mum got scared. You can't smack Chris Rock because your wife's got
no hair. Yes, the joke has been made 1,003 times, and I'm expecting 1,003 more because it's funny.
Okay, let's break this down a little bit. Right, first of all, right, yes, I think it was kind of staged a little bit. I don't think all of it was. No, I don't think people knew what was going to be said, but I reckon there was some sort of agreement where it's like, let's just stage this a little bit. But I don't think you should be making. I don't think they knew what the joke was going to be. So when you make a joke about someone's appearance because they got alopecia, that's a step too far. So
it's not. No, it's not. There should not be a step too far when it comes to comedy.
I think there is. There's got to be a line. You can't be racist. You can't be homophobic.
Yes, you can. You can be. If your job is to shock and awe people, you should be able to shock and awe people.
I think you got to be tasteful.
There is limits to it. You can't just walk on stage and be a KKK member for 25 minutes. Right. But like, there shouldn't be any limits when it comes to comedy, because at the end of the day, comedy is subjective. Just because you find something offensive doesn't mean a massive populace of people won't. Let's take the Australian comedian, for example, who had an entire thing saying "fuck you, Americans and your guns." Should he not have been allowed to say that because of the First Amendment?
No. I think you should definitely say that. You'll be able to say that, but there's got to be a line where you're like, okay, we can't. I mean, people make Holocaust jokes now, and people seem to be okay with it. I think.
What's his face? The guy who hosted an award show and brought up all the paedophiles. Yeah, he made the exact same joke in The Office 6 years ago.
Ryan says it's the line by being funny and being strictly an asshole. Yeah. No, don't get me wrong. I feel like
about an inch.
I feel like you can be ruthless with comedy, but there is definitely a line. There's got to be a line. Otherwise, like where does it end? That means you can just be mean as fuck about everyone. But when it takes some real balls to go up there and be like, yeah, you look like fucking G.I. Jane 2 because you got no fucking hair. Like, and then to walk up and
Such
slap
a
someone.
stupid joke.
I feel like that bit was kind of half staged a little bit, but the reaction that Will had when he's keep my wife's name out, you're fucking. If you look at his face, he meant that.
The thing is, it's like when he first says it, she crumples into herself with anger, and Will's laughing his tits off, and then the camera changes to Chris Rock. And then the next thing you know, he's walking on stage. So I think what happens is, that's really funny. Oh, she's not happy.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to hit him. So that's probably what's happened.
And we've all been there, haven't we? I think with our missus where you've gone,
oh, fuck.
I'm going to have to go and I'm going to get fucking decked now, aren't I?
Yeah. Oh, shit.
So, but there is also a thing about this that I need to make clear, and I'm going to keep saying it as well, is we all know that there's something going on with Will Smith and Jada at the moment.
Oh, yeah.
Something seriously going on. There was the podcast thing that was released, and that was a very weird thing to see because Will Smith didn't seem like Will Smith. He almost seemed childlike on those podcasts. He didn't seem. He seemed like he was waiting for cues. And that's just odd to me. And also, we need to remember Caroline Flack. I don't want to be a party pooper and all this. I've shared memes. I've just shared the background. You know, we're all doing that shit. But as far as the press is concerned, there was a young woman lost her life because they didn't fucking back down. So there needs to be a moment where they go, right, okay, this is yesterday's news. Let's move on now. Because if Will Smith tops himself tomorrow, we're all kind of.
Oh, yeah. But hey, it'll make a hell of a show next week.
Brian says the joke would have been better if it would have had been a new Blade movie reference. She looks like a lot like Wesley Snipes.
At least the new Blade movie would have been flipping like topical. G.I. Jane 2. G.I. Jane, that was like a 94 film.
Well, I read an interesting story actually about Demi Moore when she did that. Is that apparently she got shit off blokes. Apparently she was hounded by blokes because she was meant to look sexy, and how dare she cut her hair off and stuff. And I was like, that's bullshit for starters. You don't do that to her. Fuck that. Like, That was the 90s, like you said, though. Seems to be like just slowly weaning ourselves at the 80s where we can be derogatory towards women.
Like making a joke towards a film that's almost 30 years old. It's like, once he said it, it's like G.I. Jane. Is he just making a play on G.I. Joe? I didn't know G.I. Jane was a thing. Research, if you have to do research into a joke, too much effort has gone into it.
It's a good film, actually. Definitely go and watch G.I. Jane. It's really good. I'm just loading up my Al's game. I forgot. I've got to make sure.
You can you can have sex with Will Smith's wife, but don't you dare take piss out of the fucking head.
Yeah.
He was fine. Okay. He was fine with the adultery. How's those freaking things are?
I don't think he was, though. I don't think he was, because there was
the dude's powerfully and obviously depressed as all fuck. And I think it's probably all stemmed from that. Like, did you see his YouTube documentary series about him getting back into shape?
No,
he's a mess.
Is he?
Yeah, upstairs is in dire need of a chaise longue and a guy with a clipboard. But powerfully.
Well, hopefully he gets all the help he gets. I fear for him. I really do, with what's going on in the press at the moment. So who wants to go first? You want to rock, paper, scissors this shit? Ready for who goes first to the stories? Or have you got one?
You've got screenshots. By all means, you go first.
Okay, this is another interesting story because there has been a few new stories, especially surrounding the Kevin Smith thing with Bruce Willis. Bruce Willis and him didn't get on on the set of Cop Out, famously. Bruce Willis got fired from The Expendables by Sylvester Stallone for being lazy and greedy. But I got this article from Indie Mac User, where we like to get loads of our information. Make sure you check out Indie Mac User. Bruce Willis, his family has announced that the actor is retiring from the profession of acting after being diagnosed with aphasia, a language disorder caused by brain damage that affects a person's ability to communicate. Now,
that sucks.
I remember a story a while ago where Bruce Willis was doing a stage show and he needed to constantly look at a script and look at be reminded of his lines all the time. Kind of makes sense a bit now, doesn't it?
Yeah, that sucks. Oh, I saw the thumbnail of that story when I was searching up mine. I'm glad I didn't go with it now, because otherwise we'd have two of the same stories. But no, that's as you're saying, the same with Hawkins before. Like, people grew up with that shit, grew up with his films, and I don't care what anyone says. Die Hard's a fucking Christmas film.
Absolutely. By the way, I need to say, Jar Jar Binks makes me look like I'm sitting on a badass throne. Looks like I've got a big ass chair behind me.
Well, it's the only thing he's good for. Skin the bastard.
I like Jar Jar. I like him in Clone Wars. So I think he's really good. Bruce Willis. Obviously, we've grown up with Die Hard is fantastic. I love Die Hard. It's very good. I think the first three are great. The rest are just 4 was actually really good.
It's just one of those things that they overplayed their hands. But I digress. No, that's sad to hear that, like, he's declining so hard. It's like when
Phil Collins.
What's his name? Marty McFly.
Jamie Foxx.
Yeah, Jamie Foxx. When his partner
Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx is a different person.
Yeah,
isn't it?
Charlie Cox.
Michael J. Fox.
Michael J. Fox.
You got it! Woo!
We're professionals, ladies and gentlemen.
We're professionals.
When he started getting Parkinson's and stuff, that was like, oh man, the body falling apart. It's an inevitable thing, but when things like that happen way before they should, and in such a severe manner, it's bad. It's bad news bears.
And obviously, I brought up Phil Collins because the Genesis did their last gig in the week, and he looks frail as fuck. Phil Collins, man, and it's so sad to see.
He's an old boy.
Yeah, 72 apparently. See, apparently that's his age. He's 72. It was like, scholars once wrote that Phil Collins was 72 years old, but we'll never know the answer.
Why don't you check his birth certificate? We will never know the answer.
It's written right there. Never
know the answer.
How old are you, Phil? Don't answer that question.
You have the right to remain silent, Phil.
Ryan Berger says,
sorry, yeah. I was going to say I briefly saw the story with Collins. Now he was proper like messed up about the whole thing, like proper upset, like by fans and all that, the expectable stuff.
Yeah, it's got to be hard when you're used to being in the limelight and you are Phil Collins, and all of a sudden, like, not that you're not Phil Collins, but you can't do the studio tours anymore. You can't, do all that sort of stuff. And same as like Bruce Willis, I bet Bruce Willis looks at Die Hard and think, "Fuck my life," because that's what he was. That was him in his prime, doing what he loved to do. So,
but there is ways he could have continued acting. I mean, like flipping. Oh God damn it! What the hell's I'm doing shit with names today.
Terrible.
Who played Superman? Who played Superman's dad in the original Superman films?
Oh, for fuck's sake! What did you do that for?
Marlon Brando.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah.
When he got older and stuff, and he just started doing the minimum amount that he needed. I'm pretty sure he did a film where he literally phoned in some lines, and everything he was done was literally just done in a darkened room with a lamp on, because he gained like 300 pounds. It would have been possible to work. It would have been possible to work around, but if he thinks that his health is too deteriorated to do it, and he's got to concentrate on that, then fair play.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll go with one of your stories next. What you got for me, buddy?
I have got a British staple.
Ooh.
Which is Jeremy Kyle is returning to TV.
See, I was about to say ooh, but then I was like, actually, I don't know about this. I think
this is any American out there, you'll have your Jerry Springer.
Like Maury, isn't it? Maury is like the Jeremy Kyle of American TV,
it's
right?
Jerry Springer.
Jerry Springer, yeah.
And basically, this guy was daytime television gold for the best part of a decade. The best part of a decade ago. Everyone from dating your mother's brother to finding out that you're your own grandfather, shit like that always appeared on this show, and the DNA
test show that you are not the father. Whoa! I was going to say not the mother then, but that doesn't work like that.
Like I know places in Telford where this guy must have just ran around with a giant butterfly net, getting up, flipping people to be on the show.
Just go and do you. Just do. Off you go. Yeah.
But yeah, this mother truck is coming back onto television.
Good. I think it's really.
It's got to give those dollies something to watch, right?
No. Yeah, well, I love Jeremy Kyle. I really did. I've been to watch it live. I went to watch I was in the audience one day. So, wow. Cheers. And he's actually a really nice guy. He sound like he comes out and speaks to the audience, and he's like he's very down to earth, fun guy. But the thing is, there needs to be regulations in place. All right, so you've got to be truthful. You can't make up shit and be like we're gonna because when we went there was a hype guy that comes out and talks, and he's like, right, so we want you to be like ooh and we want you to amplify what you feel as an audience. We want to hear that shit, right? I feel like you need to be organic with it, and you got to make sure that these people get the help they need, because otherwise you're going to get the same mistakes. Is that what the article says, that there's going to be regulations put in place?
Doesn't really seem to. All that seems to go on about the fact is it's something to do with a side company called Talk Radio TV. The show's going to be called Talk TV. It's going to be him, including a selection of other presenters. Probably, I'm guessing, some sort of panel show.
Oh, okay.
Maybe women's talk or whatever it's called, but less toxic.
Yeah. Loose women.
Loose women. Loose women, but not full of counterproductive cunts. I can't even find a channel. It's just saying that this will be broadcast on. Oh,
it's going to be on SBTV on your app, on your Huawei TV.
No, it will be broadcast on Talk TV. Now I need to find out what the smoking God's given ball bag Talk TV is.
Well, that's a shame. It's not going to be. Okay, there's a reason why I think Jeremy Kyle works as a show, and I think it should come because it gets you talking about those issues that these families do have. Yes, there's lots of bullshit and there's lots of piss taking, but at the same time, you talk about the issues like mental health and, absent fathers and families and the problems that people have. So I feel like, Jeremy Kyle needs to come back. What are your thoughts, guys, in the chat? Let us know what you think. Did you like Jeremy Kyle? If you're not watching live now, you can get in touch with us via Facebook. Let us know what you think.
Or in the comments below, in any video or audio that you may be listening to. Talk TV is a channel, and it's on your free views, your satellite TV, and all that gubbins. No shock, he was not going to appear on normal everyday terrestrial TV, because basically terrestrial TV is the most deadest thing that's ever deaded.
Yeah, well, I haven't watched terrestrial TV in fucking ever. I feel like maybe when the World Cup rocks about, I'll watch that.
Terrestrial TV's dead.
I'll watch
everything's
Netflix
on demand.
Yeah.
But hey, that's something. A little bit of comfort, telly. I
used to record Jeremy Kyle on Sky Plus. Because I'd miss it and I'd be like, I can just watch it in the afternoon. So I'd record it on Sky Plus. And I remember, when you had those hard drives on your Sky, and you'd be like, it's nearly full or whatever. I'd look, it used to be fucking Jeremy Kyle.
If you at home don't know what Sky Plus is, you're either 6 or American.
It's like TiVo.
It's satellite TV.
Yeah.
It's subscription satellite TV, and it had amazing free games that you played with your controller, like Bubble Popper and Beehive. It was good stuff.
I have this story that I feel like we need to clear up a little bit as well, if we can move on from Jeremy Kyle. By the way, welcome back to TV Jezza. And that is there's a new highway code. The highway code in America, for you guys in America, is like rules on the road. If you break that highway code, you get fined. Whatever. Means you could get a fine for using a phone as a passenger. Yes, but I feel like we need to clear this up a little bit, because we had a relative share the story this with us, and we're like, and I was like, what the fuck? That doesn't seem right. That just seems like the government going, let's just get free money. I'm going to share this so we can read it together. So it says here that new rules are new rules on Friday means many grey areas have been tightened. This, by the way, this is from the Lancashire Live. Lancs Live. It's their website from Lancashire. Making more simple actions illegal. And like me, everybody else has gone, what the hell? But it's cleared up very clearly right here. New highway code rules mean that even passengers could face hefty fine if they're caught using their mobile phones in the car. From last Friday, March 25th, change to rules on use of mobile phones while behind the wheel of a car were widened. Current rules make texting or calling while driving illegal, and those who even touch a phone screen now run the risk of receiving a £200 penalty. These tough restrictions have extended further to passengers in certain scenarios. Anyone who isn't behind the wheel but assisting a learning driver in the car could see huge fines of £1,000 as well as 6 points on the license. So,
that makes a lot more sense than the title gave.
They could have just said that in the news. Learner drivers, So if
I heard the title and I thought people were seatbelting their flipping telephones.
I am a fucking
into the passenger seat.
If we're going on a road trip, I am the DJ. I'll take a thing. I'm like, right, I've set a playlist. This is what we're going to do. I'll be like, we'll go around the car. I'll pick a song. Kaz will pick a song. Timmy, and that's how we go around. So
yeah, but you're also not teaching someone how to drive.
No, and that makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Do I go straight over this roundabout? Yeah.
Yeah. The one thing that really confused me is, like, if you're seen even touching the screen of your phone, you could be charged £200. What if it's your sat nav?
Sat nav, or everybody's got these big fucking huge screens.
You've got a TV in the freaking front seat of a freaking Tesla. but like you touch the screen of your phone and that's it. You're flubbernucked. But like,
it's just money, isn't it? Just want
yeah,
money.
but like, how would a policeman who sees you on your phone, how could they pull you over and go, you were on your phone, and you could just change screen to satellite navigation and be like, I was checking sat nav.
I don't know.
No, you were texting. Prove it.
I don't know. I do have my phone up on my holder, but I use voice activated shit.
Yeah.
So I'll tell it to play music, or I'll tell it to direct me, or to shut the fuck up, or call people. It's
only a matter of time until that's abolished and all. You can see it.
Well, you know. Okay, we'll do one of your stories next, Moose.
Okay.
Right.
Then. So, the next one will be, a former porn star who made well over $1 million is now a pastor.
I saw this on Instagram. I saw this.
A man who made well over $1 million working in the porn industry now works as a pastor. Joshua Bremer filmed more than 1,000 X-rated movies under his old stage name, Rocker Reed. However, after 6 years, he decided to quit the industry in 2012 because it caused him a tremendous amount of emotional trauma. And he also walked like John Wayne. In a statement released at the time, Broom said, I would like to state that my time in the adult industry in every aspect has now come to an end. And I would also like to state that I am not or never have been gay. Oh, well, that just takes away my John Wayne joke, just straight off the bat. Just an adult performer. Oh, so he did do gay sex. Oh, that was literally just a joke. I didn't know. Oh. He's retiring and it's time to move on. God, church are going to love him. 10 years later, he's a preacher. Literally lost track who I was. Oh, God. You can't write this shit. Well, apparently you can. This dude did. Everything was lies and fiction. I wanted to take my own life and didn't have the guts to do so. Oh, shit.
That's sad.
That got dark fucking quick.
Yeah, it did.
Well, he made well over $1 million. He traveled everywhere he wanted to go. Had all the sex I could ever. Well, yeah, you were being paid to do it. But once I had it all, my life fell apart because it was amplified the sorrow and emptiness I always felt inside. He obviously never signed up for the big boys then. That got a lot deeper than I was expecting it to. That's what
I say. Good for him. Fucking good for him. Good for him.
Yeah, but that is.
He went. That is
the U-turn of all fucking career paths.
He's still here on this earth. He's still doing. He's now doing stuff to help other people. Good for him. I felt.
Yeah. Fucking well pressing wrong.
Bruh. Yeah. I would actually. Do you know what? Genuinely, I think he'd be a really good person. I'm not a religious person, but I feel like he'd be a really good interview. Just to talk about,
he would. He would actually,
because I'm interested in people and how they sort of move through life and how things affect them. You know, it goes to show with my years with the Shoes of Biscuit, I speak to people from all walks of life, literally, and with you, Suck. You know, so to find out what clicked in his head to go, do you know what, this is really emotionally bad for me. Like, I can't do this, because you think sometimes sex is sex, but not everybody feels the same way. No,
you're right.
Yeah.
I've got to rate it. Fair play to him. Like,
I imagine the porn industry is just really fucking two-faced, shit stirry, gossipy, and very it's all about imagery, isn't it?
Speaking out on the downsides of porn, he says it's so harmful. You are saying it's okay to consume a person like a product, and if you treat people like products, every aspect of your life is going to be detrimental. Fuck.
Well,
fuck.
Well, each to their own. I mean, I couldn't, even if I was like ripped and had a massive fucking. I don't think I could do that.
Massive burr.
Elephant trunk. I don't think I could do it. I don't think I don't think I'm emotionally mature enough, and that's just me being honest. I'd be like, but I thought you loved me. Every time I'd be like,
it's Rand from Pam and Tommy, isn't it?
Yeah,
straight up. I thought it was love. It was porn, dickhead.
I love it. Right, my next one. Moving up. By the way, that guy, genuine. Like, I'm not taking the piss. I think if you're going to do something like that rather than take your own life, then fucking do that. Don't hesitate. This next one I thought was really interesting because I think the gaming world has really shifted over the last few years. I mean, when we were kids, it was like you're not going to get anywhere by sitting around playing with your fucking game console. It's not going to go anywhere.
And then YouTube and Twitch.
Yes, there's literally millionaires gaming. But this is a really interesting article I found. And it says here that top-level gamers face the same mental pressures as athletes. Yep. Stress, sleep problems, burnout, and anxiety were prevalent in top-level gamers, a study found. This, like I said, I love learning about people. So this is really, really interesting. It says mental health problems such as stress, sleep problems, burnout, social phobia, and anxiety are highly prevalent in top video gamers at a level comparable to those of professional sports, according to a new study. Researchers at the universities of Winchester and Chichester say that improving the mental health of those taking part in esports should be made a priority, as it is with other sports as football. The study looked at 313 competitive university students, esports athletes, and who play either Counter-Strike, Global Offensive, or Valorant, or Rainbow Six Siege. All three gamers are multiplayer, competitive, first-person shooter games with the aim of outperformance of the opposing team. The esports athletes completed surveys looking at stressors resulting from the competing in esports, including teammate interactions, personnel and teammates' concerns, and game-specific worry, as well as other signs of mental ill health. Dr. Matt Smith, a sport and exercise psychologist at the University of Winchester, said, "Our study has important implications for player health esports. In particular, it highlights the interventions could target specific aspects of stress, sleep, burnout, and social phobia anxiety to improve the mental health of those who compete in esports."
A raging clue.
Afasan Aruman, an applied practitioner in psychosis. Yeah, that's right. Studies from King's College London, and one of the study's authors said, "Esports, right? Athletes face specific demands that vary from those faced by traditional sports athletes," said one of the study's authors. For example, the need to use skilled fine motor coordination while facing a high cognitive workload that includes attention, information processing, and spatial skills, and the lack of off-season means there are unique stresses for esport athletes which are linked to mental ill health. No off-season. That's an important point. There's with sports, you have like a break, don't you? Whereas
esports is non-freaking stop. And it makes sense. You just the same as any other sporting job. You've got to win, or you can't make your next paycheck.
And I used to watch Stone Mountain, but I haven't played Call of Duty for ages. So I look at them when I used to watch Stone Mountain and watch him play Call of Duty. I'd be like, "Oh yeah, I go to play some Warzone." No, he's going to. I used to love watching that shit, but I haven't played the new Warzone map, so I'm like, well, but he would go into competitions very rarely, but he always explained that he would go in, but people are much better than him, and he didn't want to look like a fucking sore loser or whatever on his live stream. He just have fun with it, you know?
Yeah.
It's hard to get. You don't want to get sucked into that shit.
It's not only that, like the mental strain of doing anything competitive is destroying. Like, just think about like how tired you can be after like a 4-5 hour run playing a game just casually. Now imagine playing a game in a competition-esque thing for 5 hours, knowing that win or lose could make you lose sponsorships, your house, your car, your dog. Look, everything could be on the line whether you win or lose.
Being shown and scrutinized around the world live while it happens. Yeah.
And like for all you know, you could be in the middle of a good run and then your system could just crash.
And then some little fucker kills you with a jumping spin shot with a knife.
Game could fuck up. You could fall straight through the floor. Like, it's not just down onto you. It's not like doing a foot race where, like, if your body gives way, it's your body's fault. Everything else falling apart is in everyone else's court. So,
and some gamers are just so fucking talented. Like, they do shit that I could never. Like, Stone Mountain makes it look so effortless what he does. And I'm like.
Professional level gamers are something else. The reaction times are ridiculous. I've seen on Counter-Strike, I've seen the mouse click speed tests and stuff, and people are getting like 244 frames a second response time differences.
That's fucking insane.
Like it's madness. And not only that, like the mental side of it is one thing, but there's also a physical side of it as well. They're just gamers. They're sitting on their arse. They're not really doing anything. Carpal tunnel for one. You sit down for that period of time in a back that hasn't got in a chair that hasn't got good flipping back support and shit like that. You're walking away limping.
And the amount of gamers I bump into, by the way, that are sat close, that they've sat so close to a screen for years and years and years, their eyes have gone square. That's what my mum used to say to me. That was my mum.
Yeah.
Fuck's sake. Moose is like, what?
No, I was just like, all that goes through my head after remembering that from a child is VR now exists.
Yeah, literally like that.
Don't stand close to the screen because your eyes will get fucked up.
Oh my god!
This is amazing.
Created by the people that told us not to do that shit. During Christmas, there were so many amazing videos of kids just like running into TVs and shit.
Oh, it's so good. Every Christmas season, it's so good. You see at least 5 grandparents run headfirst into their own TV. Oh, it's beautiful. I love it so much.
Timmy properly uppercutted me around Christmas, like with the Oculus. He went boom, as I got up. I was like, fuck. Yeah. So
the only good VR experience I've done was the Homecoming Spider-Man experience that came out on PSVR.
Yeah.
Standing on top of the Empire State Building, looking down and jumping off, you felt that oh god, I don't like it. Go away.
Yeah.
And then you're Spider-Man and it's boss. But like you're in your room. You know you're in your living room and there is no wind hitting your face or anything like that. But
one of the free games for the VR for the Oculus is like a mining game where you go along and you got like guns and you shoot the targets. And it's on a roller coaster and it goes up and around and stuff like that. And I remember standing in my living room and I was like, try not to fall over. It's ace. What I'm going to do is we'll do your last story. Then this thing I've got where we're going to talk about American traditions. We'll leave instead of the meme. We don't have memes from David this week. Obviously, we'll do that at the end. So your last story, Ms.
Yes, is studies reveal people with dark humor have higher IQs. Let's talk about that, shall we?
Yes.
I've seen this report come up a few times over the last 2 years or something like that. But it's always a damn good thing to talk about, especially in the fact that this has been a new study and the same thing has come up.
Yeah. Yeah,
What?
but I mean, like these Jeffrey Dahmer and Ted Bundy, and even in the movies, you get Hannibal Lecter. They're all these high functioning, fucking really intelligent people that just like going out and cutting people up and shit. Like, so it kind of makes sense.
Yeah, but what about other like real life things where it isn't like that, and you just get people who are like Asperger's as fuck, and they have no proper personality. Their only thing is, I want to kill. Like, they might not have a good dark sense of humor, but like, I don't see how they're related.
No, okay. So we need to look at when it comes to humor. It's that kind of thing where people that are very dark all the time with their humor, they kind of don't always fit in. They're kind of like Marmite, aren't they? Ricky Gervais, for example, he does have a dark sense of humor. Not everybody agrees with what he says, but at the same time, he's got the balls to go out there and say it while they have it, and that's what I think.
Which is very contradictory to what you were saying about Chris Rock earlier. But
no. I like that sort of shit. I love it. I love comedy that takes it to the edge. I really do. But what I meant earlier was like, you can't just go and talk about a kid dying of cancer. You can't just point at a woman and go, you look like this. You look like shit, motherfucker. There's certain things.
The thing is, like, I think you can, as long as it's creatively and intelligently worked around to actually be a joke.
You need to laugh, you need to be able to joke about the dark shit, and I really do feel like that it really is important. Like tragedies that happen, there's loads of 9/11 jokes. I saw a joke the other day with Jimmy Carr. It was at a roast. Oh fuck, I've forgotten his name. What's his name? The guy that's run off of Kim Kardashian, fucking.
Is it? It's Peter something.
Peter Davidson, yeah. So Peter Davidson, it was a roast for him, and Jimmy Carr said because Pete Davidson's dad died in 9/11, they made a film out of it, King of Staten Island, which is awesome. And Jimmy Carr was like, I don't want people should be ashamed when they think they can just come up here and roast Pete Davidson's
I already know
achievement that happened in 2001. And I was just like, whoa. And Pete Davidson sat there like, what?
Yeah, well, like Peter Davidson, knowing these comics, he knew shit like that was coming. Well, he knows it's literally just a joke. In all things considered, that's a well-written joke.
Jimmy Carr's never going to go easy on anybody. That's why Americans love him for that shit.
The guy's also fucking bulletproof. He cannot be. You cannot cancel that guy.
No, his last special, like people are like, oh my god, but no, it's still doing really well. People still enjoyed it. I loved it. I thought it was really good.
I mean, Dave Chappelle does a thing, and the entire world goes fucking batshit. He comes out with anything he fucking wants, and everyone's like, "Yeah, all right then."
But I think Dave Chappelle is miles better than Jimmy Carr.
I haven't got around to seeing Chappelle's most recent thing yet. I do need to get around to seeing that.
Right, let's get on with. Okay, so we need to. Oh, they've got a comment. Ryan says the only bad thing about Jimmy Carr is his laugh. Yeah, that's funny. Right, okay, Ryan, will you do us a favor? You're in the comments right now. I know you're at work and stuff, but will you be Moose's opponent for Owl's game? Because that's what time it is. It is time for
Owl's game.
Right, okay, so
I thought it needed a little bit of audio something, because I've noticed on the audio things of it, it's time for, and then loud noise happens, and then we do a quiz about films.
Yeah, okay, that's a fair point. We need some audio there for Owl's game, or even some
Owl's game.
Owl's game. Fucking Owl. I wanted to change the name of it, to be honest, because it's not. If we were to take this away from the podcast and have it as its own thing, which I think would be really cool, by the way. But if we were to do that and just call it Owl's game, people are like, yeah, and we're going to give it a fucking description of what it is. Okay, so while I load this up,
Flipping. Saying about like doing games and taking it away from the podcast and stuff. I've got a brilliant game for people who are at home, where we create something that they can download. It's a bingo card, and you take a drink every time something appears on the show that's on the card. Most of them is Al's northern accent, Al's American accent.
But we can't know what's on the cards. It's just Moose who writes them and then just doesn't tell us.
All the cliches that happened in the show. Moose forgets what the title of the show is or what number episode it is. Yep, take a shot.
David tries to throw Alex in Butcher Island.
Take a shot.
Okay, Ryan says he's got a perfect name for Al's game. I'm all ears, man. I'm all ears. Tell me about it, buddy. Let's do this.
It just goes shit or something stupid like that.
Yeah.
Come on.
Okay, so here we go. Here's Al's game. And this week, of course, let's hide that. It looks trash. Al's game, and it is a Will Smith week.
All right. Okay.
What is
Let's hit gin, shall we?
I wish I had some alcohol. All right, okay. We'll use some alcohol. All right, okay. Tomato.
Tomato.
Yeah, I like it.
It's not bad. Tomato, potato. There you go.
I love it. Right, so okay, Moose, I'll take your scores, and if Ryan has got a counter that, we'll do that. But I just want to get this clear as well, because it's just you playing. For the tiebreaker, we'll do the tiebreaker. But here's how I'll do it with the tiebreaker at the end. If you get within
extra bonus question.
Yeah, for points, right? So for points.
Yeah.
If you get within 5% of the tie break, I'll give you 2 points. Within 10%.
I've got a better idea. Tiebreaker. Double or nothing.
Well, you can do that as well.
Yeah. Take away everything I've got or double my points.
Yeah. But you've got to be within how much?
You're the one who said 5%.
5%. Okay. Well, right. Okay. So we'll start off with Enemy of the State. Did you see this film? I love this film so much.
This came out in a period of time where he brought out a load of very similar stuff, wasn't it? It was like £7, and did this come out during that period?
No. This was out in the late 90s. So this is around when he was doing like Men in Black and Bad Boys.
Can I Google the film art?
Yeah, you can. Just don't. Okay. It'll come up with the fucking Rotten Tomato score, though, won't it?
Yeah. No, not. Enemy of the
fucking watching you, Moose.
Film.
It doesn't matter anyway because this is the first one.
Images. Right. Yes. Okay. With you.
Yep.
Yes.
Yes. So the government go after him because he thinks he's got this fucking tablet thing or this microchip on him that's got the video of an assassination that they're trying to cover up. So they come after him to try and they do lots of illegal shit. Anyway, so what do you think this got on Rotten Tomatoes? Just
another espionage film that came out in the 90s, but it was also when Will Smith was blowing the fuck up. So let's go like mid-70s.
So 75%, you're saying?
Yeah, let's go with that.
That's mid-70s, Moose. That's literally mid-70s.
Yeah, let's go with that. Just try and find a base level.
72% Enemy of the State got on Rotten Tomatoes, and a very similar audience score of 78%. So yeah, I'm going to give you that. That is 1 point. I'm going to give you a point for that. Okay.
Yay!
I feel confident. Okay, so the next movie after. Oh, Ryan said 67%, which is just not good enough, I'm afraid.
Yeah, sorry, bro.
5%. Sorry, mate. But Ryan, you can redeem yourself. I'll tell you what. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do Moose and Ryan.
Yeah, I've done the same.
Have you?
Yeah.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Oh, fuck that. Okay. Next one is The Pursuit of Happiness.
This is the one that came out around about the same time as £7, and I always get the two fucking mixed up. Pursuit of Happiness is the first one with Jaden, right?
Yes.
I I remember it got slaughtered.
It's a great film.
But I can't remember if it cry. I can't remember if it got slaughtered critically or through fan base. Ryan's gone higher.
Okay. So
I'm going to steal Ryan's thing from last time and say 67.
No, just go higher or lower. Higher or lower.
Yeah, lower. But I'm being
okay.
more precise. So it just helps my head.
It is lower with 67%.
Yes.
Look at that. But you're still only getting 1 point for that, okay?
Oh, yeah. That's fine. I don't care.
I'm going to say 67%. Moose is not on Rotten Tomatoes right now at all. He's not.
I'm really not. I'm really not.
Right, says you're welcome. I love that. Okay, next one is Bad Boys. Bad Boys. What you gonna do? Well,
that's higher, definitely.
Higher.
Yeah. I'm gonna say around 83.
Around 83%.
Yeah.
Brian's with you. He says he's going higher too.
Yeah, it's gotta be higher, isn't it?
And if you're listening to this on a pre-record now and you're like, oh my God, why does Ryan get to tune in with this show? Well, because he's fucking here. Make sure you're here for the live show. Live 8 p.m. every UK time. The answer is much lower with 42%. Wow. Now, right, okay, this is what I want to pick up about this. Putting this together, I realized that Rotten Tomatoes get this wrong every fucking time with every one of the Will Smith films. I don't know, actually. So there's a couple that are kind of very similar, but the audience score is a lot higher than 42%. Yeah. I love this film. This is my youth right now. Yeah. So that is, hold on.
Okay. Well, unless the next film that you put up is Wild Wild West, the next one's higher.
We went Enemy of the State, then we went to I'm just make sure I got the right scores. The next film is Men in Black.
Men in Black, yeah, higher.
Higher.
I
have to change
92.
92%.
Yeah, this may be nostalgia kicking me in the ass here, but I'm going to go stupid high for that. Ryan says lower. What?
Yep, Ryan does say lower.
What?
Okay, and the score is 92%.
Fuck me sideways.
Moose, get off Rotten Tomatoes right now. I'm telling you.
I will show my fucking screen.
Show your screen.
It's still the freaking the quiz thing that I'm working on later, and then this is the soundboard that I work with. Look, I'm not on freaking Rotten Tomatoes.
Bullshit, man. Well, you got 92% there. So, Ryan, you get that wrong. So, the next one is Independence Day. Another one of his favorites. I love Independence Day. Yeah. In fact, I don't know why nobody's made a meme. I've been punching that alien, punching Chris Rock and going, "Welcome to Earth."
There has.
And there has, are there?
Yeah. I'm going to go lower.
Okay. Ryan's going lower too.
Like 85 or something.
85.
Yeah. This is fucking 85.
Okay, so Independence Day got 68%, which I don't think is very fair. Not at all. Because I think it's a really good film. Also, I think that artwork there, it looks like the artwork for
that's the second one. That's the second one.
That's definitely an Independence Day rating because that's directly off the website. They just got the wrong artwork there. So yeah, but look at the audience score again, higher, a lot higher. And that only got 77 reviews. I think they need to get more reviewers in or, be a bit more fair. The next one is Bad Boys for Life. The last Bad Boys film they made. One. The third one, that's right.
I haven't seen it.
It's very good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Independence Day was very good, and it got 68%.
Bad Boys 1 will never be beaten by me. I think that film was perfect. I don't know why I got such a low score. Ryan
the
says
second one.
Ryan
Ryan's
says
lower than 68%.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go higher, but in my mind only a smidge, like 70.
Okay, so Bad Boys for Life, the third outing for Bad Boys is
like 12.
Higher, 76%. But look at that audience score at 96%.
Wow. I should probably watch that at some point.
It's very good. I really enjoyed it. So, Ryan, you get another strike. So, at the moment, we've got Moose is on 5.
Yeah.
While Ryan has 2. Have you got the same, Moose?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Next film. Detroit. Which Will Smith was in with John Boyega, based on the riots in Detroit.
I've definitely not seen this. I'm just going to Google the art. Will Smith.
Yeah, of course he is.
Right.
Rotten is ROTT. Ryan says lower. That's locked in now, Ryan. That's locked in. So if you just
I put in Will Smith Detroit film art and it's nothing but fucking Chris Rock getting slapped.
It's taking over nobody's talking about the Oscar winners, are they? They're just talking about the shit that happened.
Well, yeah, there was one Oscar winner that keeps on getting spoken about.
That's Will Smith.
Will Smith. And I have no idea about this film. I haven't got the foggiest.
What was the last one? 70.
Last one was 76. I'm going to go lower on the simple fact that it isn't getting continuously mentioned in my head. Okay.
So Detroit got
like 60 odd,
82%, and a very similar audience score as well. So this is one they seem to have got right, but I don't know if that's because John Boyega's in it as well. He's a great actor.
He is a good actor.
Get that wrong.
Yep.
Okay, so Detroit. What's next? It's £7.
£7.
This is another weepy one that he did.
I
love this film, by the way.
I seem to remember this getting slated as well, but again, I can't remember if it was
slated. I don't know why though, because I thought it was really good.
I can't remember if it was slated by fans or reviews.
Says lower.
Ryan's on lower on that one. Well, higher or lower than 82. I'm going to go lower as well. I'm going to go low 60s, like 63.
Okay. Anybody else in the chat want to go with this? Higher or lower? We're going to go move on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The answer is 27%. 27%. But look at the audience score, 75%. That's certified fresh. That is certified fresh as far as the audience is concerned. And that's 250,000 ratings compared to 194.
I suppose the reviewers will probably have a problem with it because it is a drag of a film, regardless of how emotionally strong it is.
Yeah, I really like
Nothing happens for 2 hours and 4 minutes.
But I like films where there's like a long story. I love to get invested in the character. So the next one is Aladdin.
Oh, miles higher. You
reckon?
Yes. Not rightly though.
Not
awful film. It was an awful film. Higher than 27. That goes without saying. I'm gonna go
that's not hard, is it?
Like,
what's Ryan saying? I love it if he goes lower. Lower than 27. Fucking hated it. Didn't see it. Hated it.
I'm gonna go 57.
57.
I don't know why. It was an awful film, but it's got to be higher than 27. So it comes
Ryan's
back into
saying
like a
66. 66. He says higher. Right. So Aladdin, did he get more than 27%? Of course he did. 57%, but not by much. 57% is still a poor score. Look again, the audience score 94%.
No, fuck that. I got it right.
Yeah, I said. That's what I said. You got it right.
Ah!
Did he say 57?
Yes!
Motherfucker. Oh, you did. I wrote it down as well. Yeah. I wrote it down.
Maybe Will Smith films are just quite easily to think of. I don't know.
Ryan says, I haven't actually seen any of these so far except for Independence Day. You not seen Men in Black? What? I find that hard to believe, sir.
You not seen Bad Boys? What are you going to do? Sorry.
George says, hello, boys. How are you, George?
Hiya, Georgie.
Hey, Georgie. Okay, so Aladdin, 57%. We're going to go next with Suicide Squad, 54%.
Oh, God. I think it got voted higher. But again, not by much.
Moose says higher.
Ryan,
what are you saying?
Ryan says, sorry, he forgot about Men in Black.
Yeah, that one too. George is like, you ain't seen Bad Boys 2?
Bad Boys 2 hasn't come up yet, my dude.
No, that hasn't come up yet.
I'm going to go for like 76 for Suicide Squad. I mean...
76?
Yeah. Was the first one... No, the first one wasn't James Gunn, was it?
No, the first one wasn't. That was Zack Snyder, wasn't it? That was Snyder.
Oh, shit,
Snyder.
Yeah.
It was awful.
Yeah,
it was a terrible, terrible film. There was a lot of cool moments in it. A lot of really good moments in that film, but the whole movie didn't make sense.
The film could have been a great film if it wasn't butt fucked by the studio.
There's just lots of walking and posing. I was just like, what the fuck is it? Let's walk here. Shoot a couple of... Let's walk here.
An absolute ruined opportunity for Leto. His Joker was shit because they made him shit. I reckon he could have been really intriguing. But that's neither here nor there.
What was the last one we did? Aladdin. And what did Ryan say for Aladdin? He said
higher. You got it right.
Yeah. Okay. So you're saying higher, Ryan's saying lower for Suicide Squad, and it's
whoa
lower.
Yes. Okay. We got it wrong, but
and I've put an up arrow, but it's definitely lower.
Ryan said lower. He got that right. I got that wrong.
He did. I put the wrong arrow though. I put up. It was meant to be down, and I checked this twice as well.
It's all good. It's all good.
Oh yeah, George says you ain't seen Bad Boys 2 guys. Sorry, that was a Hot Fuzz reference.
Yes,
Why didn't I get that? Why didn't I pick that up? I love that. Right, so the end of that. Right, we've got Moose got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right.
Yeah. And Ryan got 4.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
5.
4, 5. Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yep.
So Ryan, you lost, right? But are you going to go double or nothing, Moose, against Ryan?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
To
100%.
win or to lose?
Yep. 100%.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Ryan, there is a chance for you to win again. Okay. You guys just need to get the closest to the percent rate of this next film. Okay.
Is this Wild Wild West?
Within 5%. So how are we going to do this though? Because if you're both wrong, then nobody wins, right? Is that right? That's right, isn't it?
That's what gambling is.
Yeah. Oh. Okay. Right. So the next film.
This could be the first Al's game when Al walks away victorious.
The next one is I Am Legend.
It was higher.
I Am Legend.
Without a doubt.
So I want you to get within 5%. I think that's a bit harsh.
No, that's cool. That's what makes it flipping like oof.
Ryan says, but I'm an American. I automatically win.
Sentence like that make you automatically lose, good sir.
Yeah, absolutely. Within 5% of what I Am Legend got. I'll tell you what I'll throw in there as well. If George, you get in this and nobody else does, you can win.
George is on 63.
George says 63. Okay.
I'm gonna go. I've been taking the book away now, so I'm like
Now, if you get this dot on, Moose, I'm coming around your house and I'm going to beat you to death with a leg end.
We're going to come around and check your internet history.
Yeah.
I'm going to go like mid 80s.
So 85.
Yeah.
And Ryan, are you in the chat? Or is he gone? He's having a shit, isn't he?
Has he been replaced by George?
Hey, Georgie, want to take over?
Hey, Georgie.
This podcast is really shit.
Oh, what a nice boat.
Right. Come on, Ryan.
Ryan's dead.
I think he's died. Yeah. Could someone please check on Ryan? I'm going to. Where's my phone? I need to check on Bruce. Whoa.
He might be applying some aloe vera after that bird I said to him about Americans always winning.
I've got
86. Okay. Right, Ryan's taking the piss right now. He's just gone one higher than me. Okay.
86. Ryan says 86. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
I Am Legend got voted 68%.
George.
So George, you win.
George. Wait. What was the initial rule based for this? It was double or nothing.
Double or nothing, right?
How'd you double zero? George had 0 points. No. I hereby thy crown, George 2 weeks on the trot.
And to be fair, you and Ryan got nowhere near it. So I mean, someone's got to win this. If not, I do. Yeah. I'll take it. Otherwise,
Oh, you would.
Either George has it or I do.
I'm going to give it George. I mean, gives him 2 titles on the run. and I was. Hold
on. There was another one. That wasn't a tiebreaker. That was an actual thing. That is the tiebreaker. I'm so shit at this. I'm so shit. So hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, there was 10. They must have added another one. All right. We'll leave that one. Well done. So that was the tiebreaker. Blah, 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 blah. Don't pay attention to me. I just added an extra one
Which means American won. That would either be America or Americans.
I enjoyed that. That was really good. I know I didn't actually mess it up. I added an extra film on when I shouldn't have.
Nah, it's all cool. That was a good old crack. I like that.
I love house games. Great. Right. Is it that time again?
I suppose we can.
It's time for
the Weekly Quizzical quiz that happens weekly, happening this week and every other.
Love it.
How well do you remember these famous Oscar moments?
Oh, I don't watch the Oscars. Okay.
No, but what makes them famous is the fact that you don't need to. I didn't watch the Oscars, and yet I still know flipping Chris Rock got his side of his head caved in.
Keep my wife's name out of your fucking mouth.
So here is, I believe it's 15 multi-choice questions about things that have happened in the Oscars through basically it's an entire run, but every last one of them is just as famous as the last.
Okay.
So let's start with a more recent Oscar mishap.
Will Smith.
Ha. Which veteran Hollywood star incorrectly announced that La La Land had won Best Picture before corrected on stage by the film's producer? Was it Gene Hackman, Warren Beatty, Alan Alda, Charles Gordon?
I'm going to say Hugh Jackman because that's the only one I know of all them.
Gene Hackman.
Gene Hackman. It was not Hugh Jackman, Gene Hackman.
No, it was Warren Beatty.
Who is who?
Some old dude.
We're not doing good, are we?
Right.
Okay.
But can you name the film that actually won? The first one is La La Land. Obviously not.
For a musical?
No. Best Picture. They said that La La Land won. The entire cast of La La Land went up to collect their award, and then they went, "Nope, sorry, it was this film
was
instead."
It? Oh shit! That
so you've got either La La Land,
Parasite.
Obviously,
Parasite.
Yeah, well, it's not there. La La Land, Whiplash, Where's My House, The Warren Beatty Story, or Moonlight.
So a Moonlight or Whiplash.
last year.
Oh, I don't know. Moonlight.
Moonlight. Okay, let's go with that. It was indeed Moonlight. Ding, 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 ding.
Cool.
Okay. Why did Marlon Brando in 1973 send someone in his place to the ceremony to accept his Best Actor award for The Godfather? Number 1, he lost his way to the ceremony. Number 2, he was barred from the Oscars that night after whipping a watermelon. He refused to attend over the recent Watergate scandal. He refused to attend over Hollywood's treatment of Native Americans.
I think it's that last one. Native Americans.
It was indeed. Ding, 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 ding,
Yeah,
ding.
that rang a bell, right? I've heard that. Yeah.
Which Italian actor went wild with joy and climbed over the stalls after winning an Oscar for 1999's Life is Beautiful?
Oh, fucking, I don't know.
And all these are Italian names, and I cannot pronounce them. So I'm going to share the screen, and hopefully you can.
So Marcello Mastroianni, Giancarlo Gianni, Roberto Benigni, and Franco Nero.
Yep. Dyslexia is a bitch. So
Franco. It's got to be Franco.
Franco.
Yeah.
Let's go with Franco. It was Roberto.
Oh, Roberto. Oh, not
Of course,
Roberto.
of course. Oh, I love Roberto.
He's an energetic being, is our Franco.
Oh, what? And all
That's
that?
not racist. I didn't mean it to be racist. I meant as something random to say. Yeah.
Moving swiftly on. I love the fact every time that you disappear in pure embarrassment, it's just Jar Jar Binks.
Misa see a bad thing. Misa dum.
True or false? Jennifer Lawrence tripped on her way up the steps in 2013 to accept the Best Actress Oscar for Silver Linings Playbook. True. She
true.
fell right over. False. Jennifer Lawrence is far too graceful for that.
It was true. I remember it.
It was true. She's the most ungraceful person ever. She is, without doubt, the best actress you would ever want to go for a beer with.
Yeah, it was true. It's a good film as well. Great film.
The unflappable David Niven had a deal with an onstage interruption on the 46th Academy Awards in 1974. What happened? Warren Beatty wandered on stage out of nowhere. A man ran completely naked onto the stage. He accidentally dropped Bette Davids's Oscar on his foot. Marlon Brando whipped a watermelon.
I got a feeling that's going to come up again. I reckon he dropped the Oscar.
So he dropped an Oscar. No, a man ran completely naked onto the stage.
Fair play. Are we complaining about Will Smith? Jesus Christ.
I want to see Marlon Brando ripping a watermelon. Which director gave the shortest acceptance speech in the Academy's history when he won an honorary Oscar in 1968? Charles Chaplin, Alfred Hitchcock, Orson Welles, or Steven Spielberg?
Charlie Chaplin, because he's a silent actor, isn't he?
Only at the start of his career.
I know, but like, I imagine just being going.
And then a black screen with white writing appears behind him saying, cheers.
Yeah.
So, Charlie Chaplin is wrong. It was Alfred Hitchcock.
Oh, okay.
He probably just went up and went,
breath.
Cheers.
Thanks. Best Alfred Hitchcock impression
ever. Who made history in 2010 when she became the first woman to win Best Director at the Oscars? Greta Gerwig, Chloe Zhao, Sophia Capolia, or Catherine Bigelow.
Sophia. Don't know any
Sophia
of these guys.
Coppola.
Just guess.
No, it was Catherine Bungalow.
Oh, well done, Catherine. Congratulations.
Well done, Kate. Alla girl. Well done. It was during the 2014 Oscars ceremony that John Travolta famously flubbed the name of the wickedly talented singer, actress Idina Menzel. I recognize the name, but I just don't think it's right. What did he call her instead? Adele Dazeem, Diana Mazim, Lena Matilda, Helene Osley. I don't care which one it is. I want them all to be true. I wanted him to say all four before he got the name correct. Kind of like your nan does by saying everyone out of your family.
Iggy Azalea? Is it Iggy Azalea?
No, Idina Menzel.
Idina Menzel. Okay.
Idina Menzel. So Adele Dazeem. We'll go with that, and it is 100% correct. well done, Travolta. Well the fuck done.
Oh, by the way, I need to shout out John Travolta. He's like embraced the boldness now. He's not wearing like toupees and shit like that. Yeah. He's like, I am bold. Okay, yes. I am bold.
He should have done this a long time ago.
Yeah, because he looked fucking stupid with all the fucking hair pieces and shit he was wearing. Like, I'm a bold guy, and I'm just like, I'm bold. Fucking deal with it. You've got a problem with it. Keep
this is me.
Job. Yeah, fuck you. I'll fall off a curb if I want to. Crutches.
And finally,
I'm listening.
Which South Korean film made history last year when it won Best Picture? Parasite,
I just said it. Parasite.
Snowpiercer, Paradise, or Palisades. So
Parasite. I haven't watched it yet. I really do want to watch it.
It was Palisades.
What?
No, I'm joking.
Great.
And that is a little flash to the past of the Oscars. And let's be honest, this quiz will be a little bit different next year.
Yeah. I need to reload this. That was really good, man. I know it was like, I don't know any of these people. Yeah. I imagine the Oscars are just like, they just turn up, right? Because it's like 3 hours long, isn't it? It's like
something stupid like that. Everything that could be given an award gets an award. Like who on the lighting team had the best shoes, and just absolutely everything. Hey, George rocked up and saying Parasite. He knew it too. Yeah. Hey,
well done. Okay.
Oh, so George actually thinks it's longer than 3 hours. Okay.
I just imagine they turn up for 3 hours, do as much fucking cocaine as possible, and that's why they end up with stupid
and then they go
happening.
To the Oscars.
Yeah. Well, okay. So
How
this
long is the Oscars. It's about 3 hours, 15 minutes. About 3 hours.
It's a bit pretentious. But then again, if I ever won an Oscar, I'd be like, this is amazing. Thank you so much.
I'd like to thank me.
There's a big podcast show happening in London this year, and I'm kind of like, like, people are talking about the Shrewsbury Biscuit an awful lot. Sounds daft. I'm not trying to be big-headed, but the hyper-localization of it all is a talking point. So
you should have some proud. You should have some pride in the biscuit. You've done good work on it.
Okay, I know, but like I'm kind of like, okay.
So yeah, it's enough blown smoke up Alex's ass. Meanwhile, in the comments, George is saying that the Oscars is a dying ceremony. This motherfucker's right. That's why they're having fist fights on stage nowadays.
I want to see the Nickelodeon the movie awards, MTV Movie Awards. That's the one with the golden popcorn, isn't it? MTV. No, let Nickelodeon take control of the Oscars one year and just gunge the fuck out of everyone. Just fucking. We get all the candidates on stage at the same time in booths, and the winners get a statue, and the other people get gunged. There we go. That's it. I've saved the Oscars. Thank you very much.
It should be. It should just be turned into Funhouse. Do you remember Funhouse?
Slime some bitches. George said.
Slime some bitches.
Right, okay, so this next bit, we've got to do this very quickly because I want to go and watch, whatchamacallit, Moon Knight.
Moon Knight.
This is, okay, so let me share the screen. Because we said we're going to slag off America, which we're going to do. These are the weird America. 9 of the USA's most bizarre traditions that we're going to discuss right now. Okay? So let me know if you've ever heard of these, Moose, or not. Okay? So number 1 is the presidential turkey pardons. Since 1940s, US presidents have been presented with a Thanksgiving turkey at a special ceremony and occasionally have spared the bird's life by officially pardoning it. Have you heard of this?
No.
So yeah, one turkey gets saved every Thanksgiving by the president.
Doing the God's work.
Yeah.
Fuck me.
I mean, there's so many weird like presidential sort of traditions anyway. The kissing of a baby, for example. Like, who the fuck wants a politician to kiss their child?
That's not just America. That's all politicians.
Ugh. It says here in 1989, George Bush Sr. made the turkey pardon a permanent part of the ceremony. So it's an annual event. The happy turkeys are returned to a farm to live out the rest of their lives, which unfortunately usually lasts less than a year, as the birds have been so overfed that they contract heart disease and obesity. So it's better to kill them quickly. Save one, kill millions, George said. The next...
Isn't that the American military motto?
Okay, number two. The Nenana Ice Classic in Alaska. Ice on the Tanana River in Alaska accumulates to more than a meter deep during the winter. Back in 1906, 6 people in the city of Nenana bet on the exact time, on the exact day that the ice would break in the spring. A decade later, a small group of railroad workers fired up the ice pool again. Very clever. And it's become an annual event ever since. And anything that's been going over 100 years in America is a long-standing tradition indeed. A tripod with 4 legs is placed on the ice and connected to a clock in the tower. When the ice breaks, it stops the clock and the winner is declared. A prize from $800 in 1916. The winnings have upped just a tad, hitting a high in 2014 with a record $363,627. So you can keep up to date with the ice action here. There's a link with a webcam. Refreshes every 30 seconds.
Right. I'm going to break this bitch down. Right. Alaska, not a lot happens. Of course, you're going to put bets on ice. 2, tripod with 4 legs by its very nature isn't a fucking tripod. $363,627 is a random as fuck number.
It must put the money into that's why it's called a pool. They just chuck their money into it.
Oh god. I'm just holding this down to there's not a lot
I think it's kind of fun
in Alaska. It's no different than the weirdness we do here where people chase a wheel of cheese down a fucking hill.
To be fair.
But like, a tripod with 4 legs isn't a fucking tripod.
Yeah, I think that's more
annoys me.
I think they put it in quotations there. Look, a tripod. So even the people on this website, which is the Rough Guides.
It's called a fucking quad pod, which is a well better word.
Right. Number 4,
logistics.
Groundhog Day. Do you know why Groundhog Day is Groundhog Day?
Yes.
Yeah?
Because Phil comes out of his hole, and whether he's scared of his shadow or not is whether there's X amount more time of winter or not.
On February 2nd every year, groundhog burrows across America are put under intense scrutiny for their powers to foretell seasonal change. Folklore states that if it's cloudy, the groundhog will emerge from its burrow and spring will come early. If it's sunny, it will return to the burrow and the winter will continue for 6 more weeks. The tradition going out to watch the groundhog has been around since as early as the 18th century, and the biggest celebration these days in Punxsutawney in Pennsylvania, the state where the tradition originated, made famous by the 1993 film Groundhog Day.
I was going to say, if the weather is not correct, then Bill Murray will show up and just generally fuck things up.
Yeah, stop blowing everything. I want to know how accurate that is. I'd love to see it.
It isn't.
I know it isn't, but I'd love to see how accurate, like, they've got it. Like, you know.
Well,
Next one.
they'll only ever write down the results if they're right. They'll never write down the results if they're wrong. So be like,
if we're getting this wrong,
look
by
at
the way,
the amount of times he's right.
George says bullshit. Tradition, great movie. Yeah, okay. That's what I was going to say. Get in the comments if you think these are accurate or not.
Isn't Phil dead? Didn't Phil die this year?
The Groundhog.
Yeah, Puxatony Phil.
Oh, I don't know. Number 4, cherry pit spitting in Michigan. 2019 was the 46th year of the International Cherry Pit. Pit or Pip? We say Pip here, right?
Pip.
Spitting Championship held in the Tremendous Fruit Farm in Michigan. It's simple. Eat the cherry and spit the pip. We put pip there. This is the typo.
Yeah.
The pip as far as you can. Contestants aren't allowed to pop their cheeks with their hands, and no foreign objects or props are allowed. The record is an impressive 93.5 feet, which is 28.5 meters. Oh, apparently, it's all about curling the tongue. And then there's some jock there with a fucking
some absolute monster of a man eating someone's cherry.
Also, so get in the comments if you've never heard of these in America. That's quite fun. Number 5, ostrich racing in Arizona.
That sounds familiar.
Ostriches were first brought to the US in 1880s. The ostrich riding races sprung up in several states across the country. The biggest current race is in Arizona at the Chandler Ostrich Festival, which celebrates its 31st year in 2019. The event is a bit like a horse race,
but with ostriches.
Riders have, unsurprisingly, significantly less control.
Plot twist, they're actually with donkeys. There isn't a single ostrich involved. They've all just got costumes on.
The ostriches can run up to 40 miles an hour, which is 70 kmph. Kmph? What the
kilometers?
Fuck?
Kilometers.
But we say
fuck
kph,
me, man.
We say kph, don't we?
Yeah, we also know how the metric system and shit works. So let's just ignore this broken ass website.
Fairly similar to horses, and leap up to 16 feet in a single stride. That seems kind of cruel. Ostriches aren't that big. I mean, they are big, but
I wouldn't want to fight one.
I know, but compared to the weight of a fully grown American man, that eating a lot of cherries in his time. Right, number 6, a roadkill cook-off in West Virginia.
West Virginia.
With so much wildlife roaming around in the US and so many SUVs cruising the highways, there's bound to be some unfortunate collateral damage. But every September, people in Marlington, West Virginia, have a roadkill cook-off where you can try such delights as biscuits covered in squirrel gravy, teriyaki marinated bear or deer sausage, all scooped up from the roadside of the road after an unfortunate accident.
Best country on earth, yeah. I
don't know. I mean, it makes use of what's good. But I saw, I think it was I don't know what it was, looked like a small badger or something, and it had been run over, and it's just insides were just outside, and it was fucking vile. Oh, it was vile.
See, that's rare. That's rare when you see a hit badger, and the badger is the thing that's inside out, not the vehicle that hit it.
Oh, it was fucking vile. Number 7, the National Hollering Contest, North Carolina.
Let me guess. That's just holler.
What is hollering? Hollering.
It's shouting.
Before the invention of the telephone, hollering was just was more than just a simple yell. A yell across between a yodel and a hunting cry. Hollering was a highly developed form of communication over long distances, especially popular in the American Southeast. That's cool. In 1969, in Spivey's Corner in North Carolina, the National Hollering Contest was started to uphold this entertaining tradition and has been going every year since. Oh, that's cool. We need. Yeah. So George says, "Who can yell the loudest?" Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
But I imagine if, like, you know, you got like a cowboy who's like out to picking up the cows from the hills around you, and it's time for dinner, and you go, "Hey, you know, it's just like Morse code." But it's time for dinner. That's cool.
Motherfucker, it's time for dinner.
We need funding, and we need to be given cameras and stuff so we can go and see some of this shit, because it just sounds bizarre. Number 8.
Yeah.
Pumpkin chucking in Delaware. Not only are pumpkins used as an ingredient for a dizzying array of seasonal dishes, with total disregard for the sacred division between sweet and savory, but these huge orange squashes are also ceremoniously lobbed into the air as far as possible as part of a time-old ritual. The country's original and largest pumpkin chucking contest, pumpkin chunking, is held annually in the state of Delaware. Contestants use trebuchets, catapults, torsions, or even air cannons to make those pumpkins fly. The furthest has traveled 4,694 feet, which is 1.4 kilometers. Wow.
Jesus. I wonder if any fucking like Gen Z is turned around and was like, I want to rename it to Pumpkin Yeetin.
Yeetin, yeah. Yeet. Yeah. George says, I'm down to chuck some pumpkin.
Yeah.
And Ryan says, that's why it's called a holler. Holler, baby. I'd be good at this. I like this. I like the idea of using ingenuity to fire a very large fruit, large distances. I think it maybe created a few engineers out there over the years.
I'm seeing some dude just rock up with a modified Panzer. Fire in the hole.
Well, I saw something about this. On a show somewhere. I can't remember what it was. Was it the woman doing it with the catapult and it rebounded and smashed her own face? No, I think it was Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I'm pretty sure. There's a news report of a woman doing it with a watermelon, I think. Yeah. And like she pulls back as far as she can on this catapult. Like she's almost like sat on the floor. She's pulling it back this far. She fires, and the holdy bit on the catapult, the slingshot essentially, goes forwards, twists round the watermelon, and comes back at her face at about 150 miles an hour. I have never seen a photograph of her face after the fact, but I bet it was fucked up. Ryan says, go and watch some pumpkin chucking videos. They're insane. Okay, that's what we'll bring to next week's show. We'll make a note of that, pumpkin chucking. I'm really interested. I love stuff like this. I would love to go across America. Okay, we'll finish this. We'll do this last one, and then we'll share a video before we get out of here. The ninth one is the Imperial System. What? Okay. Yeah, that's fair. The practice of using feet and inches, pounds and inches, and pints and gallons were passed to the USA by the British, modified slightly, and has stood the test of time in the face of strong opposition. The rival metric system was considered atheist by some when it first emerged in the 19th century. A periodical published in Ohio in the 1880s defended the traditional system as a just weight and a just measure, which alone are acceptable to the Lord. Despite the fact that the metric system was formally sanctioned by Congress way back in 1866, the US remains the only industrialized country in the world not to have adopted it, and it is the official system of measurement. Yep. If you plan to visit the USA in 2020, check out this with event organizers if individual events have been cancelled or proposed. Okay, right. The coronavirus. That's very. Make sure you do. Okay, so there we go. So they do not measure.
Basically.
So there we go. 9 weird traditions in America. I mean, some of them were weirder than others. Some of them we knew about, but yeah.
Yes, and some of them didn't. Like I wasn't expecting pumpkin throwing to be a thing, and cherry spitting.
Cherry spitting, yeah.
Just spitting people's cherries all over the place.
Well,
right. Let's have a quick look at this woman getting absolutely destroyed in the face.
It's not gory, is it? It's like she doesn't like lose teeth and shit, does she?
I don't know. We'll find out in a sec.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Moose. Oh man.
Well, this was a live broadcast kind of thing, so it would have been edited down to high heaven by now if it was. I mean, come on, look at the aspect ratio. Right.
Okay.
Oh, there she is. She's pulling it back. Oh, Robert going for it. Yep, sitting on the floor and fuck.
Oh my god! No, she's okay.
Oh god, it's such a good hit.
For the audio listeners, yes, the melon doesn't leave
she's okay.
She's alive.
Okay.
She's alive. She's fine.
She's gonna end up with a black eye like no one's business.
Whoa. Oh, I really thought that was just going to end horribly, like that scene in Rick and Morty where they're lying on the floor.
Girl.
Wow, she got up as well. Fair play to her. Jesus Christ, like she got up and she was like, "Yeah, that was really painful. Let's go for a drink." So yeah,
George
what happened was,
oh my fucking god, KO. She's suffering with CTE.
Oh wow, oh god. Well, that was a great show. We ran over even just with me and Moose here. We managed to chat for over an hour 40 minutes. But I love this show.
Never underestimate the power of bullshit. We could chat.
All right. So this I love it. I really do. And we'll hopefully get some American blood on there next week. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and we'll get absolutely dicked next week. I can just see it.
I'll tell you what. For the American. She looks like JFK, for God's sake.
God damn it, Ryan.
I want to give our American co-host a challenge for next week. I want you to Google and find a list of our fucked up traditions in the UK. So there we go. That's what we'll talk about next week. Right. This is a show brought to you by the You Suck Podcast Network. We do have another show on there, which is just simply called You Suck, where we speak to people from all around the world, whether they're on the TV, whether they're writers, producers, and you can get everything you need from our website, which is yousucknetwork.com. And that's brought to you by our friends at Web Orchard. If you need a website, no matter what you're doing, whether you've got a gaming channel, whether you've got an Etsy account, whether you run a business, a podcast, a band, whatever it is, Web Orchard will make the perfect website for you. So make sure you check out Web Orchard and make sure you tell them that us USUC lot sent you because we'll get a pat on the back.
We will. Yes. I want all of you out there to do your due diligence. Share, like, favorite. Ring the bell if you're over on YouTube. Do the things that will help us out, and I promise you we'll continue doing the contents and the fun stuff to serve now.
And if you're listening on audio and you're wondering where you can find out more, you can follow us on Facebook. There's a USUC fan page as well. So there's a fan page and there's a Facebook page. We're on Twitter. We're on Instagram. We're even on TikTok. So you make sure you look for us.
We're even on the mighty Spotify. So you beautiful people out there can get everything from that we have done in the past and in the future. It will all be on Spotify.
Just on your
just
Xbox.
for your
Check us on the Xbox.
Yeah. All for your beautiful ears to consume.
Right, we'll catch you next week, guys. Peace out.
Auf Wiedersehen.